At 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, we're getting our first Nintendo Direct of the year. And I think you should get excited for it. But what do I know? I'm just some stranger from the internet with opinions. And if you got excited for the last Nintendo Direct and you weren't in the Farm Sims, then you probably got your bubble burst. But this one's gonna be different. I hope. I have some opinions as to why I think it might be different. Just stick around. So here's a pretty basic prediction, but it's about the Nintendo Directs themselves. I don't think that the company's going to be doing any more than 2 Nintendo Directs, at least general Directs, per year moving forward. And obviously the big reason I think that is E3. They're not attending E3 this year. They didn't attend E3 the prior 2 years, and E3 is probably not going to be a thing by 2024. But if you will think back to the last time that they did more than 2 General Directs, which I believe was 2019, and that September Direct was pretty lackluster. As a matter of fact, I think it was basically just a repeat of the E3 that we got that June, or I'm sorry, the Direct that we got that June at E3, with one surprise being Xenoblade. There might have been a couple other surprises in there, but nothing really comes to mind. And the other thing that they don't have anymore is Smash Brothers DLC. Obviously, you could do these mini directs and these filler directs, and you'd always have that one big surprise at the end being a Smash Brothers character reveal, and we don't have that anymore. But the reason I'm saying that is to tell you to get excited about this one. If the company really is moving to a 2 direct a year system, and I think that they are, then they're going to need to show their hand. They're going to have to showcase these games somewhere. And, you know, if they've got like a midsummer release or spring release, they're going to need to show it here. If they have a bigger title that they want to release in the holidays, maybe they want to get that marketing started now, some early marketing, and maybe a bigger reveal in E3. So I think if we're going to go down to 2 directs a year, which I think we are, that they're going to be substantial. So get excited. As to what I think we're going to see in these directs, well, I've got a couple ideas. Okay, so let's talk Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I don't think that I could see any other game that Nintendo's releasing that's going to be any bigger than that one this year. And I don't think we're going to really see it at this Nintendo Direct. Or it would have been featured in the tweet that they'd sent off. I think it would have said something along the lines of, stay tuned to a Nintendo Direct tomorrow featuring Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, plus other surprises. We've seen them do this in past Directs where they were showcasing other games. I think we'll probably see an announcement regarding Tears of the Kingdom getting its own like special dedicated Nintendo Direct in March or something, maybe like March 3rd. I don't have a calendar in front of me. That could be on a Sunday. Obviously, that'd be a no-go, but you get what I'm saying. There's going to be a lot to reveal about that game. Me personally, I'm sold. I don't need to know anything else about the game. If they just wanted to do a trailer and they wanted to keep it very vague, I would be happy with that. I'd be happily surprised playing the game, discovering the features and the new physics or dungeons, whatever they have. I just, I want to be surprised. I don't think it's necessary to have a dedicated Direct. I'm going to buy it. You're gonna buy it. But, I do think we're going to see a dedicated Direct to that. Also, I think, like I said earlier, if it was going to be in this Nintendo Direct, obviously, I think they would have advertised it like they have with other games in the past. But that's not the only game that Nintendo has announced, that we don't have any more information on. We do have Pikmin 4. I think Pikmin 4 is going to be there. I think that might even be the game that they showcase. I believe it was hinted as a spring release, which could mean it could come out up in June, maybe May, probably not May because of Tears of the Kingdom. Maybe earlier, might come out earlier, but it said it might be a June release, assuming that they haven't pushed it forward. The other game that I think we might see is Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. The game's disappeared. There's been some rumblings about some marketing material or something about that game. You got Metroid Prime 4. We're probably not going to see that. You got the Bayonetta prequel, Bayonetta Origins. You'll probably see that, as a matter of fact. I believe that they were demoing the game this week, so it'll probably be there. But I think that's about it for like games that they've announced that we could potentially see or not see. What about surprises? Well, I think we'll see some. We're hearing some rumblings last year about some GameCube games potentially being remade. And if I'm looking behind me at my Nintendo 3DS collection here and I think about its later years, it's a lot of like ports or, director's cut versions of older games. And I think we might see some of that here. Kid Icarus, I think, is a strong possibility. I think we might actually see a Kid Icarus HD port to the Nintendo Switch in this Nintendo Direct, and that would be awesome. I think we might see the rumored Metroid Prime remake, the first one. I think the trilogy rumors have kind of went away, but that's a possibility. And one that I personally want to see, is more of a wish on my end, is A Thousand Year Door. There's no good way to play that game unless you're playing it on your GameCube. There's no other way to play it, and that's a shame. Most of the games that I've mentioned you've probably heard before. They've been heavily rumored, or Nintendo has already announced them and we're just waiting on updates, but let's have a little fun. What about games that Nintendo has not properly represented on the Nintendo Switch, which is surprisingly not many franchises, but you have seen ports of most of them. But what about sequels? What about the rumored Donkey Kong game? I personally think that if Nintendo's going to capitalize on the Mario movie with a game, then it's not going to be a 2D Mario, but it'll be this rumored Donkey Kong game that we heard 2 or 3 years ago that just seemingly went away. I think it's real, and I think that we're probably going to see it at this Nintendo Direct or maybe the next. A selfish one from a franchise that I just love. That's Captain Toad. We haven't seen a new game in the Captain Toad franchise, but we've seen a port of Captain Toad Treasure Tracker 3 times. I bought it 3 times. I love that game. And I was recently playing through the DLC on Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for the Switch, and I was thinking, there's probably a couple more ideas that this diorama-style gameplay that they invented for this character can have, and I'd like to see them revisit this gameplay style and this character. It's so charming. It's just something that I would love to see this year, or love to see in the Nintendo Switch life cycle. Obviously, there's other games like Mario Sluggers. You'll probably see a game from that. I know that's rumored too, a Mario baseball game. You have Excitebike, Excitebots, Diddy Kong Racing. There's a multitude of games that have not made it to the Nintendo Switch yet. I think we could see a revival of any franchise, really. But other than that, I think we might see some DLC. You probably will see Pokemon DLC. Splatoon 3, been kind of quiet. They're working on a big update on that. That's a big pillar for Nintendo now. Fire Emblem, maybe Switch Sports, and other games. Well, anyway, that's enough rambling from me. Let's just get to the Nintendo Direct and see how wrong I am tomorrow, because I don't have a great track record with these predictions and some previous channels that I had, so don't take my word for it. Enjoy.